Hey guys, today I'm filming monthly makeup declutter for February. I have so many products, 27 things that are going to be leaving my collection this month, and I feel really good about it. Some of these things are chopping block things from last year that had just been hanging around in a separate place in my room, and I just decided to, some of them I tried them, some of them I just said, okay, you haven't used these in so long, get rid of them. So we've got a bit of a mix. So I'm just going to grab and go, starting with face products. First, I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I was going to try to pan this as a primer spray this year, but it really doesn't do much for me. It moves pretty slowly, so I would rather give this to someone that has more dry skin that might actually enjoy using this as a finishing spray. Next, I have the Jaclyn Cosmetics Hydrating Under Eye Primer. The texture of this was a little greasy for me. I do feel like when I looked really close up, I could see a difference if I put it on one under eye and not the other. I could tell when I use this that it does look a little bit smoother. I can notice it having like less wrinkles or concealer settling less. So I was able to see some effects, but it wasn't significant enough that I want to add this as an extra step in my routine, but it was really nice to try out. Next, I have the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and this is the color number 6 Tan Deep, and I bought this to use as a bronzer. I should have gone with shade number 5, and I bought this when they had been sold out for forever, so I wasn't able to see it in store to see how 5 and 6 compare, but I think that there was a pretty significant shade difference, and I can make this work as a bronzer, but it's a little too intense for me. So I have a tan friend that I think would really like this as a bronzer, so I'm excited to pass it on to her. I am considering getting shade number 5 to use, but I want to see it in person, and I have some other liquid bronzers I want to try to work on this year, so I think I won't be doing that anytime soon. But this is a nice product, blended nicely, just too dark even for a bronzer for my skin tone. Next, I have some loose products from Jaclyn Cosmetics. One of her Luminous Rouge Loose Blushes in Love Language, which is the more corally color. Then I have her Loose Highlight in Extra, which is the lightest color. So this one is a little bit more white based. Both of these look very pretty on the skin. They're smooth. This does have some glitter in it, and it is noticeably shimmery, but it doesn't look too textured on the cheeks. But I just know myself and know that I will never reach for loose products. I know I shouldn't have purchased them in the first place. I just got a little excited. So good products if you think that you will actually use a loose product. I do know some panners that have pressed their loose highlights to use them up, which I think is a good idea, but I would rather try to just pass that on. Next, I have an Ofra highlight in Beverly Hills. I got this as a freebie from Ulta. I do think this is really pretty. I like the idea of being able to swirl them together to get a custom shade. However, I have a ton of Ofra highlights, and I reach for some of those over this one, so not necessary for me to have, but Ofra has an incredible formula. It's a really intense highlighter, but I don't think looks too textured, not glittery, just very glowy. Next, I have another highlight. This is from Kaleidos. This is Star Surfer. It's a really pretty pinky highlight, but something about this formula is a little dry on the skin and can be a little chalky, and it is similar-ish to some of the other more pinky tone highlighters that I have, like Pillow Talk and Cloud 9 from Ofra, and I would pick those over this one. And the packaging is a little bit bulky, so I'm gonna pass that on as well. Then I have this Nude Sticks Nudies Cream Blush Stick in Sweet Peach Peony, and this is something that I would love to pan, but I think it would be harder than I'm anticipating. It is a really pretty color. The formula is good. I have tried the matte blush sticks from Nude Sticks, and I found them super hard to work with, but this dewy formula is much easier to blend. I'm not a Nude Sticks person in general. I've tried a lot of formulas and haven't really been impressed by them, so I'm going to pass that. So next, for brows and liner and mascara, I was going through some of my unopened products, some of my backups, and decided that I don't need them all. So first I have this full size that I think I got as an Ulta free gift of the 24-hour brow setter. This is a good clear brow gel, but I like the Anastasia one better for the brush, and I do have a full size of that one that I need to use. And then I'd also gotten this as an Ulta free gift, the Ulta Beauty Brow Lift Laminating Gel. It sounds interesting, but again, I work through brow gel so slowly, and I do have some that are older that I want to prioritize using, so these will be great things to pass on. Then I've been so bad about using liquid liner the past couple years, and I've got some of the KVD tattoo liner, which is my favorite. So even though I wanted to try this formula, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on. The Lancome Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner, the Idol liner. I love the Idol mascara, so I would love to get this as a little freebie again in the future to try out, but I just am not using liquid liner enough. Then for some mascaras, when I was doing the little video series on which of my makeup products would I repurchase, I said no to all of these mascaras, so I decided to just pass them on. I'll have that series linked for you. This is just a little tiny sample. I don't even know how I would hold this to apply. I think that's really dumb. They should have given a little bit more of a nub. This is the Oma Beauty Drama Bomb Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara. Then I have the Milk Makeup Rise mascara that's supposed to give lift, length, and volume. From what I've seen of the brush, it looks a little odd. And then this one is from Lemongrass Spa. This is the Sheer Mineral Sheer Volume mascara. My sister really enjoys this one, and it's something that I might be interested in trying eventually, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it. This is something that my mom had gifted me because she was selling the brand, so I will give this either to my mom or my sister. I missed a face product. This is a little sample size of the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion in Rosé. Very pretty blush, a nice formula, but nothing super special. And I have tons of blushes, and this was definitely one of the easiest ones to let go of. Then I only have a couple lip products, surprisingly, so I will go over those, and then we'll save palettes for last. So this is one of the Kaja Gloss Shots in Pink Drink. I got this in their most recent holiday duo. I'm not in love with the Kaja formula. I find it to be a little bit sticky, and I'm lucky enough that Kaja does send me PR from time to time. So right now I have this and two other limited edition shades in minis, and then I have one of their permanent shades in a full size. If in the future Kaja allows me to pick out a shade of their gloss, because this is permanent, would rather have this in a full size than a mini and just have my limited edition ones in minis. I know that is absolutely insane, but even if, you know, I never get that opportunity from Kaja, I'd be okay passing this on. It's a beautiful color. This is just, again, not my favorite formula, so rather give that to somebody else. Then I have this KVD liquid lipstick in Ludwig. This is a really nice color. I've had this for a while. Pretty dry liquid lipstick formula, but a very beautiful nude. I just haven't used it in forever. And then I'm finally letting go of this. I should have returned it when I had the chance. Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in Amorosa. And this is what it looked like. I think I bought this right before having Landon. And this color looks so pretty on other people. I don't like it on me. I think it needs to be like a little bit pinker or something. It always looks like the undertone is just a little bit off no matter what makeup look I'm doing. The formula seems nice, but just, you know, kind of, the formula seemed nice, but I have other lipstick formulas that I like more, so I will be giving this away. Then we've got some eye products. This is one of my ColourPop Super Shocks, and this is sad because this was limited edition. This is Tinsel. It's a metallic finish. This is super old. I mean, it is dried out, but it still works. It looks very pretty, but I think I'll probably end up getting rid of all my Super Shocks by the end of the year, but I did wear this one. I liked it, but I don't need it. So then we have a bunch of palettes. This first one is the Nabla Midnight Cutie palette. I think my friend Amanda gifted this to me, and this shade here is amazing. I love it. It's so beautiful, but I definitely have similar shades in my collection, and I'm not gonna get use out of the rest of these, so I'm gonna give this to my friend Jean, who's super excited about trying it. Then I have some ColourPop palettes. I think my friend Jean gave these to me, and this first one is Going Coconuts, which everybody used to be so in love with. Just not for me. When I used it, it just wasn't very special. This middle shade, Cocoa Crush, is so beautiful. I would love to have this as a single. And now, which I think was so smart, ColourPop actually made these little mini single pans for their permanent palettes. That way, if you use one up, you can just buy the single and pop it back into your palette. I think that's a phenomenal idea. So I might want to pick this one up in the future if they have like a free shipping sale. It can be a little bit chunky, but it is really metallic and it is a really beautiful, pretty special shade, but I really don't care for the rest of the palette. And we have the Making Mauves. This was really pretty. I was more tempted to keep this one. I think one of the shimmers was pretty soft and then one felt like a little dry, which I didn't love. I definitely have these colors in my collection and I wouldn't be reaching for it enough, but I do have some friends in mind that I think will really get a lot of use out of these palettes. Next are two palettes that I might try to sell because they're so gently used, and when I was doing that would I repurchase series, I just decided I don't need these in my collection. And that would be the ColourPop Orchid Unite and Wine and Only palettes. These are super similar. Basically, one's purple and one's red. Very pretty, but I do have similar shades, so I don't need palettes that just have these colors. I actually haven't used this one at all, and I've only used this one maybe 3 times. My next palette is so hard to declutter. This is the Sigma Untamed. I've never wanted to declutter any of my Sigma palettes. I think they're so fun and special. I enjoy collecting them. This one I got in PR from Look Fantastic, and I'm so glad I did. The colors are really disjointed to me. I really like these 4 right here, but I really haven't used much of the other ones. The colors are so random that I would not be able to get like tons of looks out of this. It's not cohesive enough, and I feel like I'm not going to remember this palette for some specific shades because I have so many other palettes. So very sadly, I will be letting this one go. And then this is one I've had kicking around for a while that I think maybe Amanda gave me from BoxyCharm. This is from Storybook Cosmetics, and this is the Little Briar Rose palette. So the colors in here are really pretty. The formula was okay, but nothing special, and it's gigantic. I get that it looks like a book and it's cute, but it's totally unused in my collection and neglected, so I would rather pass that on. So guys, those are the products that are going to be leaving my collection this month. I feel really good about it. I think I have some awesome things here to pass on to other people that just weren't right for me. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you tried any of these products, or if you think that I should keep any of them for any particular reason. Let me know as well, and I would love to know what things you may have decluttered recently. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.